Are you being bullied at school? Or wondering how to deal with a bully? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you the bullying solutions that you need to know to handle being bullied at school. Hey, I'm Allie J. I'm a life coach, I'm a public speaker, and for the best tips on personal development and crushing your goals and living your best life ever, be sure to subscribe to my channel, AJ Life Hacks, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss a single video. Bullying. I think that all of us without fail have been bullied at some time in our life. And I'm sure that right now you are wondering, how do you deal with being bullied? Or possibly you're wondering, am I being bullied? But don't worry, by the end of this video, I am going to give you 3 anti-bullying tips that you can try immediately to stop the bullying. Now, when I've gone and talked to students across the nation, these are the tips that they always come back to me. I get tons of letters and emails and kids coming up to me saying, those anti-bullying tips, those bullying solutions you gave me, they were incredible and they helped me out. So I know that these tips, if you try them out, will help you out with dealing with a bully at school. Being bullied at school is a super serious matter because it takes somewhere where you should feel safe, where you should feel like nothing can happen to you, right? And it's a place of learning, a place of great opportunity. And it takes school and it makes it a miserable environment for you. And that's why bullying is so scary and so awful. And so my first tip for you when dealing with a bully is to identify the behavior. Now, when it comes to modern day bullying, it isn't so black and white anymore. It's a little bit gray. Yes, you can be physically bullied where they hit you, they hurt you, they flick your hair, they hit your feet so you trip, right? That's like physical bullying. And I would argue that while that still happens, the majority of bullying is emotional, it's mental, and it's online, it's digital. And so this means that you can be bullied in so many different ways. This can be the things that people say to you. They could tease you. They could say mean things on social media. They could troll you, right? They can, pass me notes about you. They can gossip about you. There's so many ways that you can be bullied. And that is why it's important to know what this behavior is that you are classifying as bullying. Because if none of us really take the time to sit down and think, what behavior is making me feel bad? And you shouldn't be ashamed if you feel like it's something really little, like, oh, well, they said something about me, that I really didn't like, but I always felt like when I was younger that, man, I should just tough it up and learn to take a joke. But if this is really making you feel bad and you're questioning if this is bullying, then it probably is. So take the time to write down, make a mental list of these behaviors and identify the person that's bullying you. That's kind of all part of the step. So identify who's bullying you and then write down what the behavior is exactly that they are doing that is making your life miserable, that's making you feel bad about yourself, or that's making you question your safety or what you should be doing online or in your classroom. It all classifies as bullying, but make sure you identify it. Step 1 of identifying the bully, identifying the specific behavior that's making you feel bad is so critically important because of my second tip for you on bullying, anti-bullying tips, which is to ask them to stop. Now, when I was teased, and I distinctly remember like teasing for me starting in 6th grade and lasting all through high school, but I never once in all of those years of school, I never once asked my bulliers, my friends who were teasing me, to stop. And that is so important because you need to give this person the insight that what they're doing isn't really nice, it's bullying. And you don't have to come out and say, stop bullying me, right? But you can find unique ways to tell them, please stop. But it does need to be direct and it needs to be very sincere. I know that for me, the reason I never asked people to stop or really thought of, my teasing as bullying was because these individuals who were teasing me about having red hair and wearing black, they said I was goth, which was so not true and weird to me to this day. But anyway, that's what I was teased about. The reason I never asked them to stop is because it was my friends. It was my friends who were teasing me, who were making jokes, people that I really wanted their approval of. And I look back and I'm just so mad at myself that I didn't, in a kind but direct way, say, hey, you know what? I know you were just being funny, and you know what? I can take a joke about being a redhead any day, but you know what? Can you lay off the teasing? It's hurting my feelings, and I just don't like it when people say those things about me. That's an awesome way to still be friends with that person, right? Because let's be honest, sometimes we have a really interesting relationship with the people that are teasing us. And so sometimes it can be really, really hard to tell them to stop. And it's either because they're your friend, or you have this interesting relationship and dynamic and you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or make it a big deal, but you need to tell them to stop. And if you're on the other side of the spectrum and this person is not your friend, right? They're making your life miserable. You need to at least have the evidence when you go and talk to somebody that you've told them directly to stop the very specific behavior. Like I said, I'm not pretending that this step is easy, but so many people that I help, so many students that I go and talk to, find that this is the tip that they get caught up on, right? This is where I got caught up on. We don't want to put ourselves out there and admit that our feelings are hurt, that this is not funny to us, and that it's not a joke any longer. So be brave. Don't be like me. Go out there and stand up for yourself and just directly, politely ask them to stop. And I know it's not easy, but this is the tip where so many people say their bullying ended. The moment they were able to directly tell the person, their friend, the bully, their peer, that what they were doing was not okay with them. And I already alluded to this, but my third tip for dealing with a bully is get help. Now, if you have already asked this person directly to stop the behavior, the bullying, to stop whatever they're doing, and I don't care if it's as small as teasing you to as big as like physically hurting you or saying incredibly rude things on social media, you need to get help. Go to a trusted adult, go to a teacher, a parent, somebody that's going to listen to you. And this is why all those other steps are perfectly put together, is because you can go back to somebody and ask for their help and say, you know what? This person is doing this behavior and it's making me feel bad, it's making me feel scared, it's making me feel unsafe, and I've asked them to stop, right? You have done everything to prevent this step of like escalating it. Because I know when it comes to school and there's all this pressure, you don't want to escalate problems, right? But when it comes to bullying, it needs to stop. Bullying is a super, super serious topic. And so never, ever, ever, ever feel ashamed to get help. It's okay if, you know what, you feel like you can't solve this problem on your own. Go to a trusted adult. Tell them what you have already done to ask them to stop, and then ask them for solutions to this problem. Because remember, you aren't just doing this for yourself. I am sure that if you are feeling this picked on and this bullied, that there are tons of other kids and students that are feeling the exact same way from this bully, because bullying, teasing, joking around isn't just like an isolated thing. Even though we feel like, oh, it just happens to me, right? It happens to all of us. And so if you can help this individual who's being a bully understand that their behavior is unacceptable, you are probably saving so many other kids from, nights of feeling so emotionally bad, of being scared. And so take action, stand up for yourself, and have the courage to ask for help when you need it. As you can tell, I'm crazy passionate about this topic because I was teased relentlessly. And like I mentioned before, I never got help. I never asked the people to stop because I was so afraid of what they would think of me. And what a disservice to myself. And I don't want you to have that situation happen to you. So after watching this video, I've got another video that I've done on teasing, and I will be sure to link that down below for you to check out right after this, because it's one of my first videos I ever did on my channel, because it's something I am so passionate about and feel like so many people are suffering silently because of teasing and because of bullying. So be sure to check out that video right after you finish this one. So there you have it. Those are my top 3 anti-bullying tips to give you some solutions for how to deal with a bully, and maybe some new ideas and ways that you can go and handle, you know, the situation of being bullied. Now, I'm sure that these tips were not new to you. They were not something that surprised you in any way. And that's because you gotta handle a bully directly. And so my challenge for you guys, if you are feeling teased, picked on, threatened in any way, is to use these tips to help you get to an area of your life that you can feel safe, that you can feel like you are okay to be you, and nobody ever should feel bullied. And just a side note before I wrap up this video, if you are feeling threatened, like for your life, or that you are feeling unsafe because of this bullying that's going on, get help immediately. Don't take the time, you know, to beat around the bush and try to like see if they'll stop on their own. Get help immediately. Nobody should ever feel that way. I know we spent quite a bit of time talking about a super serious subject, but I hope now that so many of you will know how to handle being bullied at school and be part of the bullying solution. So please smash that like button if you enjoyed this video so I can know, and please leave me a comment if this really hit home with you, and type "no more" down below if you want to stop bullying at your school. Hey, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you're subscribed so I can see you in the next one. And of course, go check out my channel where I've got tons of videos about all different school challenges. So check those out. I'll be sure to put those to the side over here, and I will see you in the next video. So Abby J out.